Welcome back to another edition of Inside Look. I'm Richard Cuff, and we've got a great guest today, Michael Byrd. Michael A. Byrd Sr., because that means that there's a junior out there somewhere. And we're going to talk about his organization, Faith Works Alliance, Inc. Michael, welcome.
Welcome. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. So let's jump right in and talk. You and I have had a chance to talk before we started recording, but I got a chance to really get into the heart and mind of Michael Byrd. There's a professional side of you, years, decades even, of work as an architect. How has that experience as an architect led you to and played into what you're doing today?
Well, I've been an architect here in Jacksonville since about 1984, 85. I came from Tallahassee, born and raised there. Went to school at Auburn my final time, graduated in 81, and I got licensed in 83. Quickly after that, I came to Jacksonville. I was headhunted for my experience and what I know how to do. And Jacksonville's been very good to me. I've worked with a lot of big firms here in town, Haskell, RS&H, Rink Reynolds. When they were Rink Reynolds, they changed names 3 or 4 times. And lived in Sawgrass, so I've been blessed here in Jacksonville. And I've always done other things. When I got registered in 83, I said, oh, it's over. I don't have to push myself anymore to be an architect.
Sure. And
I can do other things. Well, I decided to get my pilot's license in 84. I decided to, I've always raced cars. I love cars. I'm a car nut.
You don't come off as this speed demon.
Well, unfortunately, that's good because I'm a sleeper.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I've just always had cars that were road racers. Well, I did race when I was young in Tallahassee, and a rail dragster and a stock car. But and then I've always had other interests. I make jewelry. I work for Carlisle and Company. So I'm just a diverse person. And part of the reason, and part of why I'm this way, is because of my upbringing. I was every alphabet in the American language for having problems. I was a guy in the corner with the dunce cap all the time.
Wow.
And I had, when we were in New York, my dad was in the military, and when we were in New York, I had to do 2nd grade over again. My brother caught me. I was very upset. And because I was ADDH, and I mean everything. Sure. I bounce off the walls. So if I don't have something to do, even I'm a little older now, and even now, if you don't tie me down or give me something to do, I'm bouncing all over the place. So I figured, okay, how can I give back? When you get to a certain age and you've done very well in this country, you want to do something. You're upset with the way things are going now, and you're upset with not being able to help. Sure. And these issues have been around for, I want to say hundreds of years, but probably badly for the last 50 years.
So when you say these issues have been around, tell me like two of the issues that you look at and you say, these issues have been around for a long time. I think I can make a difference.
Yeah, I want to give you an example. Tony Baselli started the Baselli Foundation.
Yes.
And he had a great thing going with after school. And it was kicking off and doing a great job, getting a lot of funding, and they were trying to take over the community centers.
Sure.
To give these kids a place to go after school, because you know as well as I do, if you don't have anything to do after school, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and in fact, on that note, Denzel Washington did a commercial for Boys Club, and he said the most critical time in a child's life is between 3 and 6. And you kind of think 3 years old and 6 years old. And he says, no, 3 and 6 is that's that space when they get out of school and mom and dad haven't quite come home yet.
Right.
And that's that challenge.
Right. So that's a big issue. And then drugs, gangs, not having a father figure in the home. I mean, there's so many issues out there. I own a lot of real estate, used to own a lot of real estate in Jacksonville, because that's another one of my hobbies. And I see this thing every day. And I says, I've got to do something.
So you look at the resources that you have, you look at the challenges that you face, and obviously you weren't overwhelmed by all of those things. You decided, I'm going to start FaithWorks Alliance. And that FaithWorks Alliance created this opportunity for you to create this nonprofit. How is the nonprofit helping you to do your mission? And what's your mission?
Well, my mission is, and I'll just read it because it's easier to read. It basically is to help persons of low means to modify or rebuild their lives by providing faith-based education, life skills to remove themselves from their current life situations through faith and hard work. Mm-hmm. And I believe in faith and I believe in hard work. And I really didn't go into my past because it's not good. Mm. And I didn't think I'd do this today.
Well, I can tell. I know that, and that's really why I wanted you here. I know you and I have had a lot of conversations, and I know that you have a heart for these children and for the community. And man, I'm feeling you right now, and I want this to. There'll be times for you to come back more.
Oh yeah.
But I just really wanted you to share your heart, and obviously, you've done just that. What is that thought that you're thinking right now?
Well, and the reason I started, and the reason it's named FaithWorks Alliance, is because I've always believed in getting groups together, and I have so many skills, experiences, I don't know what you call them, certifications, and I really didn't think about architecture because that's a whole different realm of education that I get into. But I really like aviation. I've always loved aviation. And so that was my first step is I've talked to JAA, I've set up a flight school and an educational type school. We're hopefully opening our office here in a couple weeks. And we're going to be educating kids on careers in aviation.
Let's do this. I want you to tell us how we can get in contact with you, how we can support you. And then what I'm going to do is make certain that we post on to our website, and you guys will be able to follow the links, and wherever you are viewing this, there'll be a link that'll take you directly to what Michael is doing through FaithWorks Alliance. I really just want to thank you for coming on to the show and for sharing your heart. I can tell that you're passionate about what you're doing.
Sorry about that.
No, let me tell you what, never apologize, because I know that you're looking out, like myself, you're looking out into the community and you're seeing all this work that needs to be done, and you're seeing the politicians acting crazy, and sometimes you feel like a little ant trying to pull down that rubber tree plant.
Right.
But we're going to get it done. Guys, listen, if you want to get more information, be sure to check out Michael's website. Michael, give us the website is faithworksalliance.com.
And then the flying portion of this is really a cool name. It's Let's Fly Jacksonville, but the website is letsflyjax.com.
letsflyjax.com. Mm-hmm. I think that there's more to that. Letsflyjax.com. And let's take this thing to a whole new level. Guys, that's this episode of Inside Look. I'm Richard Cuff. Till next time, remember, only love will reverse the hate. Take care.